Have you heard the term high functioning autism? Or do you think that your child is a high functioning autistic child? Do you want to know more information about what is this high functioning autism? Then this video will benefit you. So stay tuned. Hi, I am Anuradha Deshpande, mother of a young man experiencing intellectual disability, and I am also a clinical psychologist, counselor, and a special educator. I am founder of Care and Care Life Skill Academy, and this pandemic turned me into a digital disability life skill coach. And my mission is to empower parents with life skills so that they can teach their children all these life skills and help them navigate into a life of independence and dignity. And through my channel Dignity in Disability, I bring 2 weekly episodes of Tuesday Facts and Friday Facts. And in today's episode of Friday Facts, I'm going to bring you some information on high functioning autism. What is it? Let us know more about it. So, high functioning autism is sometimes referred to describe some autistic people who can function with limited assistance. This term, high functioning autism, is a relatively new term and it has no official diagnosis. And many are still not sure whether they can refer a group of people who can handle everyday activities easily than others can be referred as high functioning autistic people. In general, autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder which affects your ability to navigate social interactions and communications along with repetitive and restrictive behaviors. Because autistic people's ability to independently manage life skills varies considerably, autism is viewed as a spectrum and it is referred as autism spectrum disorder. So let us find out what is this high functioning autism. There are 3 levels within autism spectrum disorder, and what is considered to be high functioning would fall under the first category. High functioning autism means that a person can read, write, speak, and handle day to day tasks such as eating and getting dressed independently. In spite of having a diagnosis of autism, their behavior does not interfere too much in their work, school, or in their relationships. So let us see what is the difference between autism and Asperger's syndrome. In 2013, American Psychiatric Association grouped all autism-related disorders, including what was known as Asperger's syndrome before, into autism spectrum disorder when they published their 5th edition of Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DSM-5. Previously, Asperger's syndrome was a diagnosis for all those who showed difficulties in social interactions and following non-verbal cues, and they displayed a restrictive and repetitiveness in their behavior and interest. However, these symptoms are now grouped into ASD, and people who previously would have been placed under Asperger's syndrome are often now referred as high-functioning autistic individuals. But why is this term not widely acceptable among the autistic community? The main reason of the term high-functioning is controversial because it's not accurate. Generally, high-functioning autism are people who are supposed to have no intellectual disability. However, studies, even the recent studies as back as 2019, have revealed that there is a very weak connection between IQ and adaptive behaviors like life skills, day-to-day life skills, and other activities of daily living. So, what is considered high functioning, therefore, is more complicated than mere intelligent quotient. In other words, there are so many other categories of function to label a person high functioning or low functioning, such as communication skills, information processing, social awareness, sensory processing, motor skills, and other behaviors. So, these all factors affect individuals with autism spectrum disorder, whether they have an high IQ or low IQ. So, even a person who have scored very high on the intelligent quotient can have behavioral issues or have difficulty in communication and in social skills. Without an holistic evaluation, an autistic person who would benefit from therapy will be deprived of that if they are termed as high functioning only on the basis of their intelligent quotient. So, what do these children or individual with high functioning autism look like? They do have certain very typical issues, and let us look into it one by one. The first one in that is emotional sensitivity. Although it is generally overlooked, the sensitivity to the emotions is a common issue of persons who are on the high end of the spectrum. The individuals can function very well in day-to-day activities, but they struggle to control over the emotions. The same way a neurotypical kid or other non-autistic people are able to manage. For example, a frustrating experience in the morning of running out of milk or somebody cutting you in the traffic can impact them so bad that it will continue in all their activities throughout the day. And people at the high end of the autism also have unusually intense emotional sensitivity. Second one is fixation on particular subjects or ideas. Continuously discussing the same topic in a conversation, or obsessively playing the same song again and again, or reading every article written on a certain topic, are some of the ways of autistic fixation that can manifest. And these interests can be negative if it is interfering with the day-to-day functioning of an individual, or also when it interferes with the relationships with others. On the one end, it can be looked at as a negative thing. On the other end, there are people who are obsessively interested in one topic. They excel as a biologist or a mathematician or a writer on their favorite obsessive subject. Linguistic oddities is the third one. Children on the low functioning end of the spectrum often struggle to learn to speak, building vocabulary, and holding conversation with others. Their counterparts on the other hand, that is the higher end of the spectrum, may start very early to talk and also display an impressive vocabulary. But they often find a conversation with others very boring, and they avoid talking with their peers. Many people with mild autism will be simply eccentric during their conversation with others, as their diverse vocabularies, frequent interruptions, and also an obsession on a particular topic. These also seem to be some oddities of the language than a neurological problem. Next one is social difficulties. Parents and teachers may notice that children on the autism spectrum have difficulties in interacting with peers. These symptoms in high functioning autism in children and teenagers can include in the form of limited social circle. Problems sharing, they have problems in sharing their toys or materials and difficulty in completing a group assignment. Sometimes young persons and teenagers are found to be shy, quirky, and socially awkward, not because they are in the spectrum, but more so because they don't have the proper social skills. And they have problem interacting with others usually, and this stems from lack of understanding of appropriate behavior with their peers. So early intervention in social skill training can help them a lot. Problems processing physical sensations. Many individuals in the autism spectrum can have sensory difficulties. They may find specific noise, smell, taste, and also some feelings very intolerable. Noisy public places can stress them very emotionally, and are very uncomfortable in certain clothings and to some unwanted touches. So these issues can be very disruptive in a day-to-day functioning. But according to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, the autism symptoms can improve over a period of time with children with mild autism as they learn to regulate their behaviors with the help of professionals. Devotion to routines. People with high functioning autism stick to their daily routines very, very devotedly, like reading before bedtime or brushing the teeth after a meal. These are so important to them that if it doesn't happen according to their routine, it can stress them a lot. The person with high functioning autism may devote an exorbitant amount of time in doing all these routines, the detriment of their own self care or health or sleep or exercise, homework or learning. Development of repetitive and restrictive habits. Repetitive habits are another sign of high functioning autism, and these habits can interfere with a person's ability to do what they want to do or what others want them to do. One type of repetitive behavior is pertaining to their movement. Sometimes they have to tie and untie their shoes until they are very satisfied that it has come out the proper way. Or sometimes they don't follow social norms, like they will want to wear a typical t-shirt or a shirt all the time in spite the occasion demands for something different. A hallmark of high functioning autism is their dislike to change. Day after day, an individual with this high functioning autism can eat the same breakfast at the same place with the same dishes and the same quantity. Any disruption in this routine can upset them to a great extent. For example, if a maple syrup is being changed into an apple syrup or a chocolate syrup, they will not like it. It will upset them so strongly that they can get into a burst of anger or frustration. If somebody else has used their preferred dish, that also upsets them. Focus on self. People with high functioning autism may have trouble developing a social relationship with others. Part of this issue is because they are they focus more on themselves. A person with high functioning autism may spend an excessive amount of time talking about themselves, not allowing other person to speak or share a complete perspective of their own or even a response. This makes a conversation with them very, very difficult. Even in a family setup, they cannot develop that deep bond or relationship, and they will only do things which satisfy themselves. Although high functioning autism means that an autistic person can do a lot of things on their own, still there is a lot of work have to be done in the above areas we mentioned, talked about it. Once they work on all these areas along with their high functioning quality, they can do wonders in this world. And that's all from high functioning autism. And if you like this video, please go and like and comment and share this video to as many parents as possible. And also please subscribe to my channel and ring the bell icon to get all the notification about the videos I upload. Please also stay tuned for an announcement on a webinar which is going to take place, which is going to help a lot of people to help their children to build skills and lead a life of dignity. So please subscribe to my exclusive Facebook group. The link to which is given in the description box. Also check out for the announcement about that big webinar on my website www.anuradhadeshpande.com. I'll see you again on Tuesday Tags with a skill building episode. Till then, goodbye and take good care of yourselves.